market cannot adjust itself without the CBN's fiscal policy in place. Exactly. SPM Consulting says the policy has two sides. If the policy must last, it must be complemented with fiscal policy.
Exactly.
Correct.
Exactly.
This is a sudden approach.
Yeah.
So where is the fiscal policy?
Exactly.
That is Ministry of Finance.
Which is the question she's been asking.
The Ministry of Finance has to provide.
Oh, we're now shifting. You
see, CBN has its role.
Yes.
CBN doesn't have CBN monetary policy, not fiscal policy. It's not CBN's job.
Okay.
But the federal government, through the Federal Ministry of Finance, will have to provide that. And until that, and I believe that will complement what CBN is doing.
It's a system. It is a system, and they need to go back to the system and look up. For instance, now there's a pre-approved list. You have your mortgage, you have your school fees, and other things that you can access on your interbank market.
Fine.
You will be surprised the number of Nigerians that have paid a portion of their children's school fees at the black market rate because of procedures. It is lengthy. It defeats the purpose of you being, you can make a transaction.
That again is not the CBN's problem. That is why I say the banking system. That the CBN should probably look at the banking system and fix that aspect, because if it is easy for me to pay school fees through the banking system without asking me to go and bring money into my domiciliary account.
No, they actually do not do that. You can actually fill a Form A, the letter of credit, and all of that.
And then you tell you that the bidding didn't succeed. What do you do? So that's how a lot of Nigerians resort to the domiciliary account. And they now go to the parallel market, buy dollar with their Naira, and pay it into the domiciliary account.
So in other words, the CBN is encouraging the black market
the
processes. But the CBN, hold on, when you're saying the banks, who regulates the banks? Who monitors the banks?
The banking system is what the CBN wants to regulate now, and we are quarreling. Isn't it? The CBN says, look, they want to regulate this aspect. And
the question,
CBN is saying,
back to the question,
before you do that,
that's the question that Femi asked. Femi says, where was the CBN? When the dollar was being distributed. Hold on.
Yes.
That dollar being distributed would have come through the banks.
True.
Because
it's not
the
just
politicians to have this, which is what you were saying.
That's why I said, you see, you can never say, don't say it came to the banks, because you can't say, you do not know. There are various sources. How did they come in? Everybody in Nigeria, we all should know. The question again, how do the malams, sorry to use that, those in the black market, how do they get the dollar in the first place? How do they get it?
And that's an interesting question. Maybe they can go to the root of that, and how do they get it?
We need to find that.
How about the borders?
Which is what you're saying.
Then the borders. So again, CBN cannot man the borders.
Because people are entrepreneurial, and they're going to look for how to solve this problem.
There are people, you see, in a country of 170 million people, thereabout. There are people who have to be creative in the negative way, and whatever way they do, they have to look for something. There has to be ways of doing that. Those who control the borders have to do their job. Those who control imported goods have to do their job. Those who give import licenses, so those who give approvals for importation have to do their job correctly and make sure that nobody imports something that is on the ban list to get dollar.
We're talking about the sources of the dollar.
Yeah.
Now, some people bring in the dollars when they are coming back in. Some of them do not declare.
Why? They pass through an airport.
Okay, hold on.
How many bags do they sell?
I don't have answers for that. No, some of them do not declare. But say this. Joy Obadoba says, how dollar gets in? You can walk into the bank to change Naira to dollar.
Where? Which bank?
I didn't. I'm just reading it to you. Joy says you can walk into the bank to change Naira to dollar. And then it says the black market.
Change dollar to Naira in the bank.
And arrival in the market.
You see, you can walk into the bank with your dollar and you get Naira. But it's more difficult to walk into the bank with your Naira and get dollar. Officially.
But you can walk into your bank and get Naira from your banks?
It's easier for you to get, if you bring dollar from outside, it's easier for you to take it into the bank and get Naira. You understand that?
Deposit into your domiciliary account.
Whether you deposit or not, you can get dollar. You can exchange it for Naira.
As in you can change your dollar.
You can change dollar to Naira. But now go and ask that you want to change Naira to dollar, you'll be shocked. You won't have dollar. And $1, it's easier for me to go to the black market and buy dollar and pay Naira. Whereas I should have gone to the bank to say, please, I need $1. Give me. I say I have Naira. Pay me. Take my money from my account and give me dollar. You won't get it.
I think we're treating a symptom because
No, the origin of the problem.
Where does the real sector come into all of this?
The real sector, that's why I say, the real sector, again, they have to go to the bank. They open an LC. They have to. Now the LCs, the bank will say, okay, you have to have XYZ amount of Naira to cover this LC before we give you. And if he doesn't have it, that amount of Naira, he will not get the LC, and he will not get his imported goods. So the next option for him is go to the black market, get the dollar, and go get what he wants. But now they are saying, you've got to bid. You've got to get the documentation
at the end
right.
Of the day,
yes.
Michael, what you're saying is the bulk fall stops at the foot on the table of the banks.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying?
Yes.
But you think it's the CBN that's ought to have done this?
Yeah, I think not just the CBN, the federal government, we need to, in connection with the fiscal policy, we need to either bridge the gap between the interbank and the BDC, and if the Naira truly says that it's not 199, then if there is a need for a devaluation, then let it be. I feel like it's rightly priced, and we need to pull all the cards. That is, make the country more investment. Like let us entice investors, because it's all about demand and supply. We've lost so much from the capital market. We've lost so much from the stock market. If there is an inflow, it balances out.
I'm in the stock market,
yes.
And I know the effect of those inflows from outside. They are killing the market more than they are encouraging the market. Those inflows, you see,
the investment
from outside that come from outside, they are killing the market. They are not direct portfolio. They are not direct investors. They are portfolio investors who are also speculators, because they come in with their dollar and they buy the Naira, they buy the stock at. Once they gain 10%, they are better off than, and they sell, and the next thing they move out. And when there's a shock in the system,
exactly,
they are the first people to fly.
Yes, the financial portfolio investment have the risk of, it's a shock capital. It has the risk of easily moving.
Therefore, we do not need
Why was there a shock?
We do not
Why was there a shock? There was a risk. They had political risk, because they can't. We're not giving them direction.
No,
where is Nigeria going? Where is our cabinet? What is the fiscal policy? What is the government spending? These are the decisions that money managers are looking at.
You see, the capital market, we need to bring back domestic investors.
Yes, we need to.
Once the domestic investors are back, that will be taken care of.
Last year,
first of all, you see, since 2009, this market has not regained its vibrancy. This market has been struggling to survive because of this interplay of foreign investors coming and going and coming and going at the whims of any little problem. And we cannot depend on that. We can't. It's also part of the reason why the Naira is flying, the dollar, there's capital flight. People want to speculate, take their money, go to the bank or wherever, collect their dollar, and off they go. We can't continue like that.
Okay, then how do we attract real direct investments then?
Foreign direct investment, you have to bring in your fund and set up something that you want to do.
Have we given them reason to? Have we encouraged them? Have we told them that we're here? Have we given them an inkling of what our policies are, what government wants to spend on? Who's our finance minister?
There's an industrial policy that has been put in place that they can work with. They don't need to wait. That policy is there. This government has not changed that. That policy is there. There's industrial policy. And there's the Nigeria Investment Policy, what's a company called? The Commission. Nigerian Investment Promotion Council is there. So all those policies haven't changed. They are not changing them overnight. Why don't any direct foreign investor will get to that point and they will get it clear? They have our embassies they can work with into and get all those things clearly. But for speculators, this problem is the problem of speculators.
Then let us bridge
the
gap.
deal with them, to deal with the issue, you have to start from somewhere. And the first step in that direction, I believe, is what CBN has done, to say, okay, let's even check the people we have control over. Let's check our banks.
Okay, we have to go. So in your closing statement, since you started first, you close so that you can close.
My idea is Nigerians must expect what is best for Nigeria, not what is best for outsiders. Spending dollar in Nigeria is best for the United States. Spending pounds in Nigeria is best for the British. Spending euro in Nigeria is best for the Europeans. But spending Naira in Nigeria will help Nigeria. Will help Nigeria industry, will help Nigeria policy, Nigeria economy. Any other thing short of that will not help. And we should support CBN and make sure that we follow the guidelines that have been laid down and enforce the laws, make sure that the banks follow this policy. Okay. We should not encourage the bank to break the policy.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I think the policy by the CBN is a quick fix. It rather should be done gradually. The market should be educated. We should not underestimate the informal market. And also, we should not let there be an incentive for people to speculate. The gap is too wide. We should look for the source of the problem and stop fixing the symptoms like we always do. Fix the root of the problem, the fundamentals. Do we need to devalue? Is this the true value of the Naira? What are we doing about it? How are we encouraging inflows into Nigeria? I think those are the things we should be looking for, not quick fix. The Naira is back to 235. Hey, was it sustainable?
Okay, we've been speaking with a chartered stockbroker, Michael Itegboje, and Oluwatosin Olaseinde, a financial analyst. Well, let's see if we can take one or two comments before we go. Josiah Bauer says, let's face the truth, we must respect our currency. Do other countries value the dollar against their local currencies? That's Josiah Bauer. Godwin says, to quickly correct the gentleman to you, you can deposit dollars in your UK domiciliary account. Emmanuel Michael says, everything in Nigeria has been dollarized. Even the crude oil, which is our major income earner. Where was CBN before now? MLG says, the CBN's been doing well as a monetary authority, including its management of the Forex market. We just need the fiscal side fixed. Finally, Abdullahi Baba says, there is nothing lengthy about school fees payment or health issues payment. We are just gullible. I have plenty of tweets still coming in here, but I do thank you so much for sending your comments, and we appreciate that you let us be a part of your evening. Till we bring you another edition. Good night.